And taking another look at your forecast, as mentioned, we do have plenty of Veterans Day events still taking place across the Florida Panhandle. So for those of you in Pensacola heading out to any of those events, we'll still be tracking just some of those scattered showers. Make sure you have that rain gear ready to go. Lightning, not too big of a concern heading into today, so that will be the good news. Can still be outdoors during this. Temperatures resting in the mid-70s. Highest rain chances closer towards lunchtime. But I'll talk more about our forecast here all across the Gulf Coast on the other side of this break.
She has a look at today's weather forecast, and Jennifer, not starting out too dry this morning.
That is exactly right. We are starting off on the soggy side, so in case you're stepping out the door anytime soon, grab that umbrella, grab that rain jacket. Make sure your kids are also grabbing it before they leave outside, just because we'll continue to notice more of these showers for the second half of today. But if your kids are out of school for today, then you might just need to replan some of those things that were in store for you, especially even involved being outdoors. Not a bad day to stay inside, enjoy a movie. But taking a look at radar out there, light to moderate showers, especially closer towards central Mobile, Baldwin counties and down south closer towards the coastal areas. Noticing quite a bit of rain over Mobile Bay. That's extending closer towards the Oakley district and also downtown Mobile. So we'll just make sure that you're driving carefully if you're going to be traveling along I-10, I-65 anytime soon. That's also going to be a similar look closer towards Baldwin County. Just look right along I-10. That's where some of the heaviest rainfall is taking place. Double check your headlights are on. That way you're visible to other drivers even once we start to introduce some of that sunlight. Still going to be low visibility, especially if you drive any of those silver or those white vehicles. You tend to disappear in the road once we start to kick up some of that water. Closer towards the Florida Panhandle, more of that in Santa Rosa, Okaloosa counties, and closer towards Escambia County and Cantonment and in Seminole, just some of that moderate rain beginning to fall. Now temperatures, it's still mild out there. We should be starting off on the cool side. Instead, we're beginning the day in the mid to upper 60s and the lower 70s. Temperatures, they're not going to be fluctuating much if you experience more of that rain. So central to southern Mobile, Baldwin counties, the Florida Panhandle, temperatures are going to be maxing out just in the mid 70s. However, a different look for inland spots, Washington, Clark, Monroe counties, you're going to be experiencing more of those mid to upper 70s, the lower 80s, and some drier conditions. Now here's a look at your morning planner. Soggy as we get further along into the rest of today. Coming up in just a little bit, I'm going to talk more about your forecast and what we're tracking out there. But for now, let's go ahead and check in on your traffic conditions in case in case you are heading out the door anytime soon. It's soggy to begin for today and only expecting more periods of rain throughout the remainder of your Monday, really ramping up by late morning and closer towards lunchtime. Those temperatures remaining in the mid-70s if you see more of those showers. But coming up in just a little bit, I'll talk more about your forecast and what we're tracking for the week ahead. Those details are coming up soon, but for now, here is a gloomy and soggy look down in D'Iberville, Mississippi from our Scarlet Pearl camera.
The rain stick around all day. We're going to check in with meteorologist Jennifer Lambers for all the details. Shaping up to be a wet one, Jen?
It really is, unfortunately, but it's all going to be dependent upon where you are located. Central to southern Mobile, Baldwin counties, the Florida Panhandle, looking to be a bit more of a wet day. But if you are located further for inland spots, you're going to be experiencing more of that sunshine and even some temperatures nearing 80 degrees. Here's a look at satellite and radar across the southeast, and it's really not widespread across the southeast. Instead, majority of this rain is located just closer towards us and impacting the Fox 10 viewing area. Here's a look at where we're seeing some of those showers. Very similar look to what I'm expecting by late morning and into the early parts of the afternoon. Mobile, Baldwin counties, the Florida Panhandle seeing the majority of this, and even that moderate rainfall right along I-10 and on the south side of it closer towards our coastal areas. So looking in closer, the eastern shore, in case you're heading out across the Bayway anytime soon, seeing more of that moderate rain that extends down towards Fish River, Point Clear, Magnolia Springs. Dauphin Island, Fort Morgan also seeing more of that moderate rainfall, and right along the Florida Panhandle. Destin, pretty soggy to begin for today. Downtown Pensacola Pensacola, Gulf Breeze still just seeing some of those clear spots. Now the temperatures still staying mild, not how we should be feeling for this time of year. Instead, we're beginning the morning in the mid to upper 60s and the lower 70s. And as we make our way later on into the rest of today, those temperatures will be staying steady in the mid 70s if you experience more of that rain coverage and that cloud cover. Now the only outlier is going to be our inland spots, Washington, Clark, Monroe, Conecuh counties, even George and Greene counties in Mississippi. You're going to be experiencing more of that sunshine, so the temperatures closer towards the upper 70s and even the lower 80s. Now coming up in just a little bit, I'm going to be talking more about your forecast, what we're tracking for the remainder of today with our Futurecast, and also looking ahead for the remainder of this work week. Those details are coming up in just a little bit. Eric.
Of our weather this morning, Jennifer.
Yes, Eric, and as you mentioned, it's still feeling warm out there, especially our inland counties where they're going to be seeing less rain. A much different picture down in Dauphin Island. It's soggy. We're starting to notice some of that rough surf, and it's gray, gloomy, overcast skies to begin this brand new day. You can even start to see some of those raindrops just falling on the camera. But as we do get further along into the remainder of today, we have quite a few Veterans Day parades taking place. Some of those located in Pensacola, and so just keep in mind we're still going to be tracking some of those rain showers. The good news is that the lightning potential very low heading into today, mainly just a rain event. So just pack the rain gear, the rain jackets, the umbrellas, still go out, support, say thank you to our veterans for any of those parades as they are still taking place. But we'll continue to keep you updated on any of those cancellations if they do occur. You can find those on air and online at fox10tv.com. Those temperatures remaining in the mid 70s, closer towards the Florida Panhandle. But I'm going to be talking more about our forecast and what we're tracking all across the Gulf Coast. Those details are coming up in just a little bit. Sarah. Well, taking another look at your forecast, and in case you're stepping out the door anytime soon, maybe you're planning on taking a walk with the pups heading into today. Here is a look at our dog walking forecast. We have Cricket helping us out, and Cricket is ready for that nap. Yellow dog paws throughout the remainder of this morning. Those temperatures going to be warming up into the mid 70s later on today. A little bit soggy out there. I'll be talking more about your forecast on the other side of this break, but here is a live view outside over Government Street in downtown Mobile from our Social Experiment camera. Some slick roads out there. Make sure you're driving carefully.